welcome to another week of Kids Church Online. This week we're going to continue playing some games together. We're going to be singing and dancing together, and we're going to be learning from the Bible. This week we're going to be in Genesis, and we're seeing how God keeps his promises to Abraham. First up though, we're going to go straight into a game.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Rachel and this is Jordan.
Hi guys, good to see you again.
I thought we'd play another game today.
All right, that sounds like so much fun. What game are we going to play today?
We're gonna play the 3 action game.
All right, I love this game.
Well, can you remind us of the 3 actions we're gonna play with today?
Oh, well, let me think. All right, so we're looking at a story about Abraham today and how God keeps his promises. So our first action is going to be Abraham because he was an old man, all right? So let's pretend like you're on a walking stick, okay? So first action is Abraham on a walking stick. Second action is going to be a baby because God promised Abraham a great nation. And the third is going to be a pinky promise.
Ooh.
Because God keeps his promises to Abraham. All right, so can you remember?
Old man
Old man.
for Abraham, baby for blessing, and pinky promise.
And pinky promise because God keeps his promises. All right, are we ready?
Cool.
I'm going to turn around.
All right, let's pick an action. Oh, what am I gonna pick? I think I'm gonna pick this.
All righty, 3, 2, 1, Abraham.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now, how are we pointing this? Do they get a point for guessing it right?
That's right. If you do the same action as me, you get 1 point.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right.
I don't get a point.
Yeah, so you're on 0 points.
Oh, dear.
Let's see if you guys can get more points than Rach.
Okay.
All right.
What shall we pick this time?
Second action.
I'm going to pick this one.
Baby.
Oh. Guess baby?
Are you on 2 from 2? All right, let's go a couple more.
All right. I'm going to pick
3,
this one.
2, 1, Abraham.
Oh, I got it right.
Well done, Rach.
I get a
That's first
point.
for you. All righty, how are you going at home? All right, let's go a couple more.
All right. Ready? Pick one. I'm going to pick this one.
3, 2, 1, pinky promise.
Oh, I didn't get it that time.
Oh, all righty, let's do a couple more.
All right. Let's pick another one.
3, 2, 1, baby.
Oh. How are you guys going? I think you're doing probably better than I am.
Yeah, you only got 1 point, Rach.
I know.
Come on, let's catch up. All right, let's go.
All right.
3, 2, 1, pinky promise.
Oh, I got that one right.
Well done, Rach.
Should
well
we do
done.
2 more?
All right, 2 more. Let's go.
All right.
How about double points from now?
Oh, double points.
Oh,
Okay.
double points. All right,
More
2
stake.
points for this one.
All right.
All right, 3,
I'm going to pick this one.
2, 1, baby.
Oh, maybe I can
double
catch up.
points. All right.
Oh, okay. One more.
All right, 1 more. Let's go. Let's
One
go.
more.
Double points.
All right.
3, 2, 1, pinky promise.
Oh, I got that
Rach,
one.
well done.
That was fun.
Oh, that's so much fun. Hope you guys enjoyed learning about Abraham in the story later today.
I guess we'll see you next week.
See you next time.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to ToonieKids Church Online and welcome to my garage. I'm here from home and I and Theo are going to bring to you our ToonieKids challenge for this week. You would have seen last week that we have been learning the memory verse, John 3:16, and they did a really cool rap dance to try and remember it. Do you remember that one, Theo? For God so loved the world, so loved the world, so loved the world. You want to do it? No, okay, that's all right. Theo's a bit shy. Well, this week, what we're going to do is, from all that practicing we did last week, and maybe a little bit of practicing today, we are going to see how fast we can say the memory verse. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your Bible. The words in my Bible are a little bit teeny tiny. So what I've done to be helpful is I've written mine out so that I can remember them and read over them. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time now practicing over the memory verse, and then I'm going to come back and see how fast I can say it. Maybe Theo will have a go too. All right, I'm going to spend some time practicing. All right, I'm back. So let me say it slowly first. Let's see if I've got it. So, for God so loved the world, he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him will have eternal life in his name. John 3:16. I think I got it. Okay, let's see how fast we can say it. For God so loved the world, he gave his only son, that whoever needs it. No, it's really hard. Okay, let's try again. 1, 2, 3. For God so loved the world, he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him will have eternal life in his name. John 3:16. I think that was really fast. I think I can do it any faster than that. All right, you guys have a go at home. Get a Bible. Maybe the words will be a little bit different. There's a few different translations of the Bibles, but they all mean the same thing. Maybe you need to write it down like me, practice it a few times, and then record yourself going as fast as possible. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye. That's it. Ready? For God so loved the world that whoever believes in him, believes in him, believes in him.
Wow, what a fun game and mini challenge. Thanks for participating with us. We're going to keep getting active and we're going to go straight into a song. So make sure you find some room, make sure you don't hit your brother or sister when you're dancing, and we're going to get into our song.
If Riley was a spaceman blasted off to Mars, flew a super spaceship to the faraway stars, God will be there, God will be there, God is everywhere. Guitar. You can hang a left to Jupiter, fly to Saturn too. Right across the galaxy, one thing will be true. God will be there, God will be there, God is everywhere. Guitar. God will be there, God will be there, God will be there, God is everywhere. Guitar. Was a space girl blasted off to Mars, flew a super spaceship through the faraway stars. God will be there, God will be there, God is everywhere. Guitar. He sees you and he knows you, you cannot run away. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day. God will be there, God will be there, God is everywhere. Guitar. Come on, God will be there. God will be there. God will be there. God is absolutely every. God is everywhere. Guitar.
Thanks, guys, for singing and dancing with us. Now it's time to get settled because we're going to be hearing from the Bible, and we're going to be hearing a story from Genesis about some promises that God made to Abraham. So settle in and get ready to turn your listening ears on and hear from the Bible.
Hi, boys and girls. Today I've been making some cookies. You know, I have one cookie left. I wonder who I'll give it to.
Hello, did you say cookie?
I did say cookie. How are you, Cookie?
Oh, no, me good, but me be better if me eat cookie.
Oh,
yes.
did you want this last cookie?
Yes. Me would like very much. Please.
You know what?
What,
I'm
what?
so glad you could join us because we can read our story together. How good is that? And then maybe later you can have the cookie.
But maybe me could have it now.
No.
Yes.
No. How about after we read the story? I promise I'll save it just for you.
What is promise?
A promise is saying something and then remembering to do it later. So going through with it.
Oh, so if you promise, then you will?
If I promise you this cookie, then I will give it to you.
Oh, but you could give it to me now.
I could.
Me hungry. Oh, so hungry for cookie.
Yeah, I can tell you're really hungry for the cookie.
Yes.
However, let's read a story about a promise in the Bible and then you can have your cookie. How does that sound?
Is this a good idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put it down for you. Just remind me at the end, okay? No worries.
It's just down there, Ella, just there.
Oh, thank you. Alrighty, so today we're reading about the promise that God made to Abraham.
God made him promise
No, God made a promise to Abraham.
to give him cookie?
It wasn't to give him a cookie, but
Oh.
let's find out what it was.
Okay.
The stars twinkled in the velvet black night, 1 billion stars. Abraham looked outside the tent and began to count. 1, 2, 3. Had he counted that one before? He began again. 1, 2, 3, 4. But soon he gave up. God was right. There were too many stars to count.
Sometimes there are too many sultanas in cookie, and me cannot count them all.
Can you imagine how many more stars there are than sultanas? It would be really hard to count.
Yes, very hard.
So
yes.
hard. Now, God had a special plan for Abraham. You must leave your home, God said, and go to the new land. If you trust me and do as I tell you, I will give you a family so big they will be like the stars, too many to count.
Like the sultanas.
Like the sultanas. I promise.
Oh, God, he make promise.
He made a promise that Abraham would have a family so big there would be more than the stars.
That's a big family.
It is
yes.
a very big family.
Yes.
A family means children, and Abraham, he had no children,
What?
but he trusted God and did as God told him.
Okay.
So Abraham sold his house in the city of Ur. Abraham and his wife Sarah and their nephew Lot packed up for the journey. They took their tents with them to sleep in. Every day they had to find fresh grassy places for their sheep and their goats, their cows and their donkeys and their camels.
Did they go on an aeroplane?
I don't think they did. I think they just walked. Would have been a very long way.
Yes, this is long way that take long time.
It would have taken a long time.
Yes.
That's why they had their tents, so they could live in them.
Okay, yes, they're very clever.
It was a long, hard journey, but at last they came into the new land. If you trust me and do as I tell you, I will give you this whole land to your family.
Wow.
God said. Abraham still had no children, but he trusted God and did as God told him.
Because God, he make promise.
He did make a promise, and Abraham trusted that he'll keep that promise.
Do you think God will keep promise?
Let's find out.
Okay. Keep
There
reading.
I will,
Okay,
thank you. There were lots more sheep now, and goats and cows and donkeys and camels. It was hard to find grass for all of them.
Yes.
That green valley looks good, said the nephew Lot one day. You go there then, said kind Uncle Abraham. I'll move up to the hills. There wasn't much grass there for all of his animals.
Oh, no.
Oh no. God loved Abraham. all the more for being kind to Lot. Remember, you have my promise, God said. But still no children.
And no sultanas.
No sultanas, no children.
Okay.
Abraham answered sadly. They had hoped and hoped, but Abraham was growing old, and Sarah's hair was grey. Surely it was too late to have children now.
How can God keep promise of big family if no children and they very old?
Keep listening, Cookie. We'll just have to see.
Oh, okay. Anna, please read.
I will.
I want to know what happened.
Next time God had something to tell them, he sent out 3 men to their tent. Sarah, she had baked fresh bread and cooked the visitors a special meal.
Was it yummy?
I'm sure it was very delicious.
Oh, me so hungry now.
Just wait. Remember, I promised you that
Because you promised.
I did.
Yes.
Before a year has gone by, you and Sarah will have a baby boy.
Oh.
The men told Abraham. Sarah heard, and she laughed to herself.
Why she laugh?
I'm far too old, she said,
Oh.
and so is Abraham. No, said the men, you will have a baby. God says so. Because what did God promise?
He promised them a big family. Yeah.
And before a year had gone by, the baby came.
Oh, do you know, guess what? Well, God keep part of promise.
God always keeps his promise.
Oh, yes.
Sarah cuddled the baby, and he chuckled and laughed. Sarah laughed too. She just couldn't help it. She was so happy.
Me so happy.
Abraham tickled the baby's toes, and he laughed too. He just couldn't help it. He was so happy. They called their baby Isaac. Now that was a great example of how God keeps his promises.
Yeah. But they only have 1 children, and God said they will have as many as stars.
From their baby Isaac came great nations.
Oh, they did have big family?
They did have a big family.
Whoa! Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
God keep promise.
God
Yes!
always keeps his promises. Now,
So, what about you? You keep promise to me, because me very, very hungry. Oh, need cookie. Oh, please.
I did promise you a cookie.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my last one, and I want you to enjoy it a lot, okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
here you go.
Thank you. Look at cookie. It has so many sultanas. Oh, me sniff cookie. Oh, this is so lovely. Do you know what me do with cookie?
What do you do with your cookie?
Me eat cookie. Yum. Nom.
All right.
That's very, very good cookie.
Oh, I'm so glad you could enjoy that cookie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me as we learn about what a promise was and how God promised Abraham a big family.
Yes. Oh, that's okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, boys and girls. See you next time.
How good is it that God makes some really big promises to Abraham? And we know that God keeps his promises because we see Abraham having a big family, having land, and being blessed by God. It'll be a good idea for you to turn to Genesis chapter 12 in the Bible and have a read of that story yourself. Genesis is the first book of the Bible, so it's pretty easy to find. Keep practicing the memory verse that you guys have been learning over the last couple of weeks as well.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, go!
John 3:16. John 3:16. For God so loved the world, that he gave his only son, so whoever believes in him, will have eternal life. In his name.
All right, one more time.
Go! John 1 through 16. Huh. John 3:16. Huh. For God so loved the world, that he gave his only son, so whoever believes in him, will have eternal life. In his name.
Thanks for joining us today. There'll be a bit more at the end. But just to recap all that we've learned today, we've learned that God makes big promises and that he keeps them, and that we can trust in God for everything in our lives. Let's pray to finish up. So close your eyes and pray with me. Dear God, thanks that you are a big God who cares for each and every one of us. Thanks for the big promises that you made to people in the Bible, and thanks for the big promises that you've made to us. Please help us to trust you and trust that you are a God who keeps all the big promises that you make. Amen. All right, hang around. There's going to be a bit more fun stuff coming up. But for now, I'll see you next time.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan, and today...
Oh, show him! How rude! I can't believe it.
Digby?
Oh, hi, Jordan.
Hi, Digby. Everyone, this is my friend Digby.
Oh, hi, everyone.
Digby, what's going on?
Well, I'll show you. See, here, take this. Oh, and this.
Hang on. Digby,
and these.
Digby, I can't...
This.
Digby, what is going on?
Well, I'll tell you later.
Okay. Anyway, today we're going to be hearing a true story from the Bible about a time when Jesus met some kids. But first, let's meet a person called Rudiger.
This is Rudiger, and Rudiger was just an ordinary kid. He loved to play games with his friends, and he loved to do arts and crafts with his friends. And he also loved to play quieter games with his friends.
Hey, let's play quieter games now.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, let's make some noise.
Rudiger also loved his mum and dad.
I love you, Dad. I love you, Mum. We love you too, Rudiger.
But when Rudiger's parents had friends over, Rudiger was always told to play quietly.
Rudiger, it's time to play quietly now.
Oh, Dad, come on, I want to play with my...
No buts, or you'll go to your room.
And when Rudiger's parents were talking to their friends, Rudiger was always told to not interrupt.
Oh, Mum, I want to show you something.
Rudiger, not now, I'm talking.
But Mum, I want to show you this.
No,
Look,
Rudiger,
look.
quiet.
Rudiger was to be seen and not heard. Rudiger was just an ordinary kid. The end.
I'm sure most of you feel like Rudiger, at least some of the time. And there are some really great things about being a kid, but often you might feel like you're overlooked. Well, today, we're going to hear about a time that Jesus meets some ordinary, run-of-the-mill kids.
All right, here. Take this.
Digby?
Take that. And you can put that with the rest of my stuff.
But Digby, this is fairy bread.
Well, yeah, I know.
But you love fairy bread.
Well, I did love fairy bread, but not anymore.
Well, what happened? Why not?
Well, I'll tell you why not. Because the creator of fairy bread rejected me.
Oh no. What happened?
Well, this morning I was down at the shops and then I saw him.
Him?
Well, yeah, the creator of fairy bread.
Oh, okay.
And so I went up to him and I was like, hello, Mr. Creator of fairy bread, sir. I was really, really nervous. But then he just cut me off and he said, clear off, kid. I'm really busy. I don't have time for your silly games. Oh, he rejected me.
Oh, Digby, I'm sorry.
And so because he rejected me for not being important enough, I'm going to reject him. I'm getting rid of all my fairy bread.
But
yeah.
Digby. Oh dear, it's not nice being rejected. And some people might think that that's how someone as important as Jesus might treat kids. But we're going to watch a story now based on a true account that you can read in a book called Mark in chapter 10 of what happened when Jesus met some kids. Let's watch.
Dad, do you think he will? Do you think he'll let us see him? Oh, I hope so, Dad.
We'll just have to wait and see, Timmy. We'll just have to wait and see.
Timmy had been looking forward to today for such a long time. And now, here he was, on his dad's shoulders, making his way towards the place where Jesus was staying.
Dad, I hope there aren't too many people there. Do you think there'll be too many people there, Dad?
We'll just have to wait and see, Timmy. We'll just have to wait and see.
But when they finally arrived, Timmy saw people everywhere. Timmy's heart sank. Now he was afraid he may never see Jesus. He was just one little boy. But just then...
Look, Dad, there's Miriam and Ben. Can I go and play, please?
Okay, just make sure you don't go too far. And if you hear or see anything coming from the house...
I'll come back straight away. I don't want to miss out on seeing Jesus.
And with that, Timmy slid down his dad's back. But before he ran to see his friends...
Do you think he'll let me talk to him, Dad? I mean, I'm just one boy.
We'll just have to wait and see, Timmy. We'll just have to wait and see.
So Timmy ran off to play with his friends.
27, 28, 29, 30. Ready or not, here I...
Timmy stopped counting while Ruth called out,
Look, the door's opening.
And like a flash, Timmy and his friends ran back to the house.
Dad, I can't see. Dad, I can't see.
Timmy's dad put Timmy on his shoulders as they strained to see. Then...
Look, someone's coming. Someone's coming. Is that him, Dad? Is that him? Is it the one in the middle, Jesus?
3 men came out of the house, and they did not look happy. The one in the middle, with an angry, gruff voice, yelled,
What do you people want?
Timmy held onto his dad a little bit tighter. He was scared of this angry man. One of the mums standing near the door called out,
We've just come to see Jesus and see if he'll, bless our kids.
Timmy saw the 3 men at the door look at each other and shake their heads. The one in the middle, in his angry, gruff voice, yelled,
Don't you people realize Jesus is an important guy? He can't just drop everything for your little kids. Now go clear off.
Timmy whispered in a frightened voice to his dad.
Dad, can we go home now? Jesus doesn't want to see me. He's too important.
Just then, a voice called out.
Look, someone else is coming out.
And as Timmy looked through his squinted eyes, he saw a man who didn't look angry.
I think it's Jesus.
Timmy saw Jesus look at the 3 angry disciples and command them,
Let the children come to me.
And before the disciples could argue, Jesus again called out,
Let the children come to me, and do not hinder them.
As Jesus said this, he got down on his knees and held out his arms to a little girl who was standing, crying next to her mum. As Timmy looked, he saw that little girl was his friend.
Hi, it's Miriam.
Miriam wasn't sure what to do. The 3 scary men were still standing there, but as Timmy watched, she slowly made her way towards Jesus. As she got to him, Jesus put his arms on her very gently and whispered something to her that made her smile. Again, Jesus called out,
Let the children come to me.
Timmy had seen enough. He jumped down from his dad's shoulders, grabbed Ruth's hand, and ran through the crowds towards Jesus. Other kids were heading towards Jesus as well. They could all see that Jesus did care for kids, that he did want them to come and be with him. Soon, Timmy was one of a big crowd of children all around Jesus. Jesus was putting his hands on each one, saying special words to them all. Jesus made each child feel special. There he was, standing with Jesus, talking to him. Jesus wasn't too busy for Timmy. While Jesus was blessing each child, he called out in a loud voice,
"The kingdom of God belongs to people like these kids."
When Timmy heard this, he was thrilled. People like him could be part of God's kingdom. Kids like him who trusted Jesus could be part of God's family. On the way home, Timmy whispered to his dad,
Dad, I'm glad we came. Jesus wants me to be part of his kingdom.
I know, Timmy. I know.
The end.
Hey, that was cool.
It was.
Yeah, but, well, you know, it made me even more upset.
What?
Well,
Why?
Because Jesus didn't think he was too important. He still cared for those stinky, smelly kids.
Oh, hang on, Digby. You can't go calling kids stinky and smelly.
Well, but some of them are.
Well, okay, but...
Well, but the maker of fairy bread, well, he wasn't like that at all. He still rejected me.
Oh, yes, the maker of fairy bread. Digby, look, I was wondering, how exactly did you know that it was the maker and creator of fairy bread?
Oh, well, that was easy. He was pushing a shopping trolley full of bread.
He was pushing a shopping trolley full of
Well,
bread.
yeah, he was pushing it from the storeroom to the bakery, which is where they make the fairy bread.
Digby, I don't think you were rejected by the maker and creator of fairy bread.
Well, of course I was. He was pushing the trolley. I just said.
Yeah, but Digby, I think he may have just been someone who worked at the store who was pushing the bread to the shelves to stack them so they can be sold.
What? Wait, really?
Really?
What? Wait, so I didn't get rejected by the maker of fairy bread?
I don't think so, no.
Wait, that means I can eat fairy bread again. What? Quick, give me my fairy bread back.
Okay, hang on, let me just
boy,
get this fairy
is
bread
so
for you.
exciting. I beat it. Yummy. Oh,
okay,
boy.
there we go.
Ow,
Get
my
that in
head. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh, and I'm gonna have to go get the other fairy bread that I put in the bin and in the toilet.
What? No.
Bombs away.
Oh, Digby. Well, today we've seen from the Bible that Jesus wants kids like you to come to him. And when kids do come to Jesus and trust him, well, he says that they can be part of God's kingdom too. And to help you think more about that, we have some discussion questions and activity ideas and game and craft ideas that you can check out at www.quizworks.com/home delivery. And you can also talk to people you know, whether they're kids or not, who already trust Jesus. And you can ask them what difference trusting Jesus makes for them. Now, I better stop Digby from eating all that fairy bread. See you next time.
Beep, beep. Oh, come on, not you too. Oh, no.
Oh, Bubbles. Oh, Bubbles, no. What's wrong?
The kids won't let me play.
The kids won't let you play? Oh, no. Bubbles, tell us what happened.
Well, the kids at school,
Yeah.
they were playing jump rope.
What, jump rope?
Yeah, you know, jump rope. Where two kids hold the end of a rope and they swing it round and round. And then the other kids, they have to run in and jump, boy, and jump over the rope. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
All the other kids were having a go, so I had to go too.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Well, I ran in and jumped and
Whoa.
And then I tripped over and I landed on my bottom.
Oh, that's no good at all, Bubbles.
No.
Yeah.
And then the other kids, they were laughing at me and they said I couldn't play anymore.
Oh, that's awful, Bubbles. I'm really sorry to hear that.
And Michael, to make matters worse, I've run out of mustard.
Oh, you know what, Bubbles? I can help you with that. Here we go.
What?
Let's have a look in here. And ta-da!
What? Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Thank you, Michael. You are a lifesaver. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm going to go get some jelly now.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. My name is Michael, and that was Bubbles. And today we're going to be hearing a true story from the Bible about a time when Jesus met a lady who was quite sad and lonely. But first, let's meet a person called Rudiger.
This is Rudiger. And Rudiger was a very sad and lonely person. Every lunchtime, Rudiger would just sit by himself, slowly chewing on his stale bread sandwich. Sometimes the teachers made other kids play with him, but the other kids would never pass him the ball, or if they did, they'd hit the ball so hard that Rudiger would always get out. When Rudiger got home each day, he was always met by an empty house, because his mum had to work long hours to make ends meet, and his dad, he hadn't seen his dad in 3 years since his parents divorced. Each night he would eat the same dinner.
Peanut butter again.
Rudiger was a very sad and lonely person. The end.
Maybe you sometimes feel like Rudiger. Maybe you sometimes feel that your life is really hard. Maybe sometimes you feel sad and lonely too. Well, today we're going to hear about what happened when Jesus met a lady who was quite sad and lonely.
Michael, help!
What?
Help!
Whoa! What?
Help!
Bubbles!
Oh.
Bubbles!
Oh, yummy, yummy!
Well, hang on. What's the mustard for?
To put on the jelly! Oh.
Right. Well, okay. Everyone, this is my friend Bubbles.
Yeah. Oh, hi!
Now,
Yeah.
you were very upset before.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's not very nice when people don't let you play.
No, it's not. In fact, it can be really, really hard when people make fun of you or make you feel left out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, today we're going to be hearing a true story from the Bible about what happened when Jesus met a lady who was very sad and lonely.
Oh, really? Oh, can I listen?
We have created this picture book to tell the story.
Oh, cool! Take it away while I eat my jelly.
Okay. This is Jesus and the Lonely Woman, a retelling of John chapter 4. It seemed like just an ordinary day. The sun was beating down as one lonely figure walked along the path leading to the town well. Sam was making her daily trip to gather water. Balancing her water jar on her head, she trudged slowly along the path. Every day Sam made this trip, and every day it reminded her she was alone. In the past, Sam had tried to join in with the other women. They would come out at a cooler time of the day, early in the morning or late in the evening, to gather their water. But whenever Sam joined them, the other women of the town would laugh at her, or they'd whisper rude things behind her back.
Oh, no.
And so Sam gave up, and each day she would come out alone. The fact that it was the hottest time of the day meant that she could be alone in her sadness. Now, Sam hadn't always been sad. When she was younger, Sam had fallen in love and gotten married.
Oh,
But that marriage didn't work out. Then she had married again. But that marriage didn't work out.
Aww.
She met another man and married, but
Aw.
again, it didn't last.
Aww.
Another marriage, that ended the same. She tried once more, but it too came to an end. And now she was with a man who would not even marry her.
Oh no.
And so Sam trudged out alone, resigned to the fact that she would be sad and lonely forever. But this day, as Sam drew closer, her heart skipped a beat. Someone was sitting beside the well.
Oh, who was it?
Sam glanced around. Should she turn back and come back later? But no, she would go on. She knew this man would do what everyone else did. he would ignore her. As Sam drew closer, she could see that the man at the well was dressed as a teacher. She wondered whether it could be Jesus, the Jewish teacher that she'd been hearing about. If it was, Sam was now sure that he would ignore her. See, the Jews and her people, the Samaritans, they hated each other.
What? Hated? Oh.
Sam had just put down her jar to move to the well when the teacher stirred. Sam was concerned. Had she woken him? Would he yell? Would he harm her? But instead, Jesus said, "Please, will you get me a drink?" Sam was taken aback. He spoke to her, and kindly, asking for help. "But I'm a Samaritan woman," Sam exclaimed, "and you are a Jew." But as Jesus spoke to her, she realized he did know who she was, and he did still love her.
What, he did?
In fact, Jesus offered her the gift that she needed and only he could give. He offered her a life filled with knowing the God who loved her. When Sam heard this, she was overjoyed, and she turned and she ran.
Oh, she ran?
She ran like she'd never run before, all the way back to town. Usually when she arrived back in town, she would hide. But this time, Sam called for everyone to look at her. "I have met someone who knows all about me, and yet he still loves me," she yelled. Could he be the one we've all been waiting for? Sam was no longer sad, and Sam was no longer lonely. Sam had met Jesus. And Jesus had given her a life filled with the knowledge that God loved her. The end.
Oh, wow, what a story.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and Jesus loved Sam, even though she'd had such a hard and a sad life.
Well, he did, and he offered her the best gift, a life of knowing that she was loved by God forever.
Well, I've had a great story with pictures and a plate full of jelly and mustard sauce. You know, I'm going to go and see if the kids will let me play jump rope with them again. Okay, bye!
Okay, bye, Bubbles. Well, today we've seen from the Bible that Jesus offers everyone the chance to know that they are loved by God forever. The Bible tells us that by accepting and trusting Jesus, everyone can have a life of knowing that they are loved by God. And so, whether you usually feel really happy or sad, whether you feel loved or lonely, the Bible says that trusting Jesus means that you can know that you are loved by God forever. Okay, I'm just going to check and see if Bubbles is okay. See you next time.